Did you know that 1 in 10 older adults in America experience some form of abuse? That's a staggering number. And what's even more heartbreaking is that it often goes unreported. We need to talk about elder abuse. Today we're going to shine a light on this silent epidemic and empower you to recognize the signs. We'll be discussing the 5 red flags of elder abuse. By recognizing these signs, you can make a world of difference in the life of an older adult. Remember, your voice could be their lifeline. When you see an older adult, perhaps a grandparent, a neighbor, or even a stranger, do you truly see them? Do you notice a new bruise on their arm, a cut on their face, or even a limp that wasn't there before? These could be signs of physical abuse. Imagine a loved one, their hand trembling as they try to hide a bruise, their eyes filled with a fear they can't quite articulate. These injuries often come with vague explanations. "Oh, I just fell," or "I must have bumped into something," but deep down, you feel it. Something's not right. Trust your instincts. Physical abuse can range from shoving and slapping to more severe acts like hitting, burning, or even restraining an older adult. If you notice unexplained injuries on an older adult, don't hesitate to ask questions, express your concern, and most importantly, report it. Your voice can be the catalyst for change. Our minds and our emotions often speak a language all their own, especially when words fail us. In older adults, sudden changes in behavior can be a window into their emotional well-being. Imagine an older adult who was once vibrant and engaged, suddenly withdrawn and quiet. Or perhaps they're experiencing unexplained anxiety, fear, or even paranoia. Emotional abuse, a form of manipulation and control, can leave deep scars on the soul. The signs can be subtle. A loved one who was once eager to participate in family gatherings now makes excuses to avoid them. Or an older adult who used to find joy in hobbies now seems apathetic and withdrawn. These changes are not simply a part of aging. If you notice a dramatic shift in an older adult's behavior, don't dismiss it as simply getting old. Reach out, listen with your heart, and let them know they're not alone. Isolation and loneliness. When silence becomes a weapon, we as humans are wired for connection. For older adults, these connections are even more precious. But imagine an older adult living in forced isolation, cut off from the people they love, their world shrinking with each passing day. Abusers often use isolation as a tool for control, a way to keep their victims trapped and silent. The signs of isolation can be subtle. An older adult who was once active in their community suddenly stops attending events, or a loved one who always looked forward to visits from family now seems hesitant or makes excuses. This withdrawal can have a devastating impact on an older adult's emotional, mental, and even physical health. If you notice an older adult in your life becoming increasingly isolated, it's time to reach out. Your phone call, your visit, your simple act of kindness could be the lifeline they've been clinging to. Financial discrepancies, stealing more than money. Financial security, the peace of mind that comes from knowing you're taken care of, is something we all deserve, especially in our golden years. But for many older adults, this sense of security is shattered by financial abuse. Imagine an older adult who's always been careful with their money, suddenly struggling to pay bills. Or perhaps you notice unusual activity in their bank accounts, missing funds, or even forged signatures. Financial abuse is a form of exploitation, a betrayal of trust that can be emotionally devastating. Perpetrators might pressure older adults into signing over assets, coerce them into making changes to their wills, or even outright steal their money. If you suspect financial abuse, don't hesitate to speak up. Your voice could be the shield that protects an older adult from further harm. Neglect, the silent treatment that speaks volumes. Caregiving at its core is an act of love. It's about tending to someone's needs with compassion, dignity, and respect. But tragically, for some older adults, caregiving becomes a twisted version of itself, morphing into neglect. Imagine an older adult living in squalor, their home cluttered and unsanitary, their bodies unwashed and their clothes unchanged, or perhaps they're suffering from untreated medical conditions, their medications mismanaged, their cries for help ignored. Neglect is a form of abuse that often goes unnoticed because it's passive. The signs of neglect can be subtle. An older adult who was once well-groomed now appears disheveled and unkempt, or a loved one who takes pride in their home now lives in increasingly unsanitary conditions. These signs are not simply a sign of getting old. If you witness an older adult suffering from neglect, don't turn a blind eye. Your intervention, your compassion, and your willingness to speak up could be the turning point in their life. Breaking the silence, our call to action. We've journeyed together through the 5 red flags of elder abuse, unexplained injuries, sudden changes in behavior, isolation, financial discrepancies, and neglect. These signs are cries for help, whispers of pain that we cannot ignore. We must remain vigilant, our eyes open to the subtle signs, our hearts attuned to the unspoken pleas of our older loved ones. Remember, elder abuse thrives in silence, but together, we can break that silence. Every action you take helps us raise awareness and protect our elderly. Your voice can make a difference. Together, we can create a safer, more compassionate world for our seniors. Your support means everything. Thank you for watching. Join our community. Like this video if you found it helpful. Subscribe to our channel for more informative content on senior health and wellness.